Now, about 6 months ago, Anthony Edwards had gotten a young woman, well, I'll say a woman, pregnant, and she was an Instagram model. He's 23, she's 39, and she decided she was going to keep the child. Anthony Edwards responded by saying, I don't want anything to do with you or the child. I'll just pay you the money and you just leave me alone. So Anthony Edwards did something historical. He paid $1 million up front to this woman and said, look, I don't want any involvement with you. I don't want any involvement with the child. I just want you to leave me be. And it was looked at one way from some people. It was looked at another way from others. Me personally, I thought it was going to be difficult as a man with children to say, I don't want anything to do with my own DNA. But on the other hand, I looked at it from the angle of there's many men out here who've gotten caught up with a one night stand with a woman that decided to keep the child, and they weren't in the position to make some kind of carte blanche move like this. Long story short, here we are. And 6 months later, this woman is coming to courts asking for another $500,000 in addition to $55,000 a year for life from this man. And she is saying something along the lines of she's going to give full custody to him if he pays the 500 grand, which to me is like borderline selling the baby. And this is where the baby mama culture thing has gotten really out of hand. I believe deep down that if women unilaterally decided that, look, we are no longer having children out of wedlock, men who won't marry us, we will not make fathers, I think the BC would be eons ahead within a 10 to 20 year period. But we know that's not happening. With that being said, this, if it goes through her way, would be a change in precedent because he paid her, she accepted the $1 million, and just newsflash, to raise the average child in an average medium household income is now forecasted to be 300 grand for about 18 to 21 years. So she got more than 3 times that amount of money in child support up front. But she's saying she needs more money, etc. And I'm going to see if the courts allow that to happen. Because if it does, then men, this is a pure example of family court, ain't got nothing to do with family. It's got to do with hosing people down and changing the rules and flipping the goalposts. But we're going to see what happens in this case. And I find it unfortunate also because a lot of the time you have men who are with younger women being called perverts. But this woman is almost 40. And she preyed upon this young man that was 23, basketball player with a lot of money. And she's trying to get a retirement/lottery ticket. And I want to see what's going to happen. But what do you think should be the result?